What is up, motherfuckers? Happy Monday. I know Monday's a pretty shitty day generally, but you can call me Zero, and this is Stellaris, and I am super hyped for this game. I've been looking forward to it since I heard about it, and finally it's here. I've been itching to get my hands on it. I know almost every YouTuber in the world has got early access. I don't generally chase that, and I didn't on this occasion either, but it was a little bit frustrating to see people with like five subscribers playing it 3 days in advance. But we're here now, and even though the market is saturated, you don't come here for success. I don't do this for success. We do it to bro down and play video games, and that's what we're going to do. Now, I hope you enjoy this game, and I hope I can present it in a way that is enjoyable for you. Let me turn that sound down. The soundtrack is incredible, by the way. But just a heads up and a word of warning, I'm in love with this kind of game, and so much so that I'm doing a single player playthrough, which we're recording right now, and a multiplayer playthrough as well, in conjunction with Grand Prix World. So you're going to see a lot of Stellaris on the channel. If it's not your bag, I apologise in advance, but Grand Prix World will be coming as usual. I'm trying to get it back to 2 or 3 episodes a week, if not a little bit more if we get lucky. So just grit your teeth and bear with me. For those of you who are interested in seeing this game, let's get down to brass tacks. Right. We're not going to be playing as any of these guys. We're going to create a new empire because that's what the cool kids do. Right, appearance. We're going to create the classic, the Zeroan state, or at least a version of it. The thing is, I'm going to be playing a competitive multiplayer playthrough with Grant tomorrow. And I'm acutely aware, Grant, that you're listening to everything I'm saying now and you're watching this, and I don't really want to give my hand away too much. I will be playing the multiplayer with, let's say, my hands tied behind my back a little bit, just to make it interesting, and I'm going to take some, but not all, of those aspects into this playthrough. This is going to be a different kind of Stellaris playthrough. All the ones you're watching at the moment, just like any game like this, people are just war crazy, and they play very, very aggressively, and I've not yet seen a player take a more measured approach, or ease off a little bit, or let's call it role-playing, for want of a better word, role-playing a more moderate civilization. And that's what we're going to do, because, you know, we are a civilized shower of bastards over here, and people need to know it. So we are Zeroans. Now, I know what you're thinking. Adjective. Zeroic? I don't know, it sounds a little bit odd. It goes with Zeroan, so we will let it do that. We can upload a name list, and I'm in favour of that. We don't have one right now, but we're going to. Let's go with Human 2, and the ship prefix name will be ZDV, so that's Zeroan Defense Vessel. Right, let's pick some skills here. Now you can have up to 4 racial traits, and you see here they've got a cost or a benefit. You can pick negative traits, if you will, to gain some points back and buy something else. Now, let's see what we want. I'm going to go for communal. Members of this species are highly communal and quite used to living in close proximity to others. Happiness plus 5%. Not necessarily sure about that. Rapid breeders, adaptive, natural sociologists, intelligent. My only criticism, and it is probably my only criticism of this game, is there's not enough negative traits to offset this. Solitary, sedentary, physically weak, slow learners, slow breeders, and non-adaptive. None of those are good. Now, I know they're not supposed to be before anyone pipes up. I see you, smart arse. The point is that there's not a lot of flexibility there, considering how much flexibility we've got elsewhere. I'm going to go for non-adaptive to get a point back. For natural engineers, charismatic, and resilient, which kind of works against non-adaptive, but whatever. I don't know how much that habitability debuff is going to hurt us, because this is my first game, so I don't know how that's going to affect us really. Let's keep going. We will start with a male ruler, just because that is what I am. But my time will end, and someone who better knows what they're doing and doesn't have a man bun. I don't have a man bun. But it's trying to give me one. The game's desperately trying to give me one. See, I can't grow a beard that impressive. Let's go for beardy face. And what's a Zeroan kind of clothing, I wonder? We'll go for that since I've just made them up. Zeri? Zero. You can call me Zero. Next. Okay, the homeworld name is Zeroa, and it is a Arctic world. Now, this is something I really, really love. You see here, there's like a circular spectrum of worlds. So you've got ocean, Arctic, tundra, arid, desert, tropical, and continental. And you've got a preference for one in particular, which is your home world. And then the two on either side of it are ones that you can adapt to quite quickly. And the further away you get, the harder it is for your people to live there. So coming from an Arctic world, directly opposite you've got tropical and desert, which makes sense, right? That's logical. The star name will be... I don't know. We'll have a random solar system, we know that. Let me think. And I'll cut the video now and come back when I've got an idea. I have no imagination. Right, our city appearance. And again, DLC and modding will add to this as time goes on. We're going to go for mammalian because, you know, reasons. Now, this is cool as well. Government and ethics. All very, very cool. Apparently, we can change our flag. Oh, sweet. I'm all over this. Let's find something Zeroan looking. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that looks good. Primary colour. Oh, that's all. That's surely a bug. That's black, white. Where's white? Is there a white? It seems there is not. Still, at least we've figured out a bug to report. And do report bugs, people. Don't just complain about them, you know. It's not hard. It takes 2 minutes. We'll go for blue and grey, I guess, since white was not an option. Nice. Right. Government and ethics. We have 3 ethic points left. And you've got this red outer circle is sort of fanaticism. And depending on your race's ethics, you can pick different forms of government. Now, where it gets interesting is, as you have migration into your empire, or you subsume other cultures into your world, or maybe people just live too far away from your home world, their own ethics will change, and they may form factions, they may put pressure to change their government, they may rebel. So we've got a lot to look forward to. We will be... Individualist? Xenophiles? And... militarist. Yeah, I think that works. So our options are military republic, military junta, indirect democracy, and plutocratic oligarchy. Why can't we have moral democracy, I wonder? Oh, because we're not pacifist. I see. What gives the best bonus? See, that's something else you've got to think about, right? You've got to think how you'll be playing and what bonuses you want to achieve. Despotic empire. I mean, look at that. Say what you want about slavery, but it gets shit done. Hegemony, divine mandate, military dictatorship, plutocratic oligarchy. Boosts minerals and energy credits. We will be an indirect... No, actually, we'll be a military republic. There we go. Doesn't mean, by being militarist, that we can't be good. Zeroan Coalition, Republic of Null, Zeroan Confederacy, Zeroan Commonwealth. I like that it does this for you where you need it to. The Zeroan state, Zeroan flag we've picked. Right, then you get to pick what kind of weapons and stuff you've specialised in. I'm going to go for... missiles seem quite interesting. Vulnerable to interception though, but they've got good range. Mid-range energy beams, close-range projectile weapons. Let's go for close range. And this is excellent as well. You can pick an FTL method. So warp travel lets you go in any direction. But it is particularly slow and there's a cooldown time on the drive. Hyperspace allows you to go much faster, but you are limited to travelling across specific paths. And then you've got wormhole travel, which requires that you maintain a station at either end of the jump route. And of course that makes things much harder, but if you play it correctly, it gives you a lot of flexibility. It means you can jump point A to point B without a lot of the faffing around in the middle. It's a much faster way of travelling. As this is my first game and it says new players, I'm going to go for warp travel. Ship appearance will be... yeah, mammalian. Why not? Okay, so there we go. That is the Zeroan state. Let's save those handsome bastards and get on to the game. I do like myself big games, but I know that can slow things down. Let's try it. And we will go for a elliptical system with 29 AI empires and 8 advanced AI starts. These are... a lot of people I see turn these off, and I don't know why. These are established, powerful empires, but they're in decline. So you think of them sort of as precursors to your own civilization. I like them. I think it adds flavour. I don't play Paradox games to win. We're going to allow any FTL method, and difficulty will be normal, because that's the easiest. I could turn this up. There aren't 32 created races, but I think it might download them from other players, which is particularly interesting. And I think 6 advanced AI starts is probably reasonable. No idea, never played before. Let's dive in. It's huge. This will be a long playthrough potentially, or I die straight away and then we start again a little bit wiser. Let's dance. Eons since the first primitive Zeroan communities took shape on the snowfields and ice caves of Zeroa, our civilization has spread and prospered. Many wars were fought between our early nation states, and those who could not defend themselves disappeared or were absorbed by stronger neighbours. These endless wars fostered a strong martial tradition, and to this day full citizenship is reserved for those who have proven willing to sacrifice themselves in defence of the state. Now, after the successful creation of several experimental subspace fields, the finest minds in the Zeroan state have finished development of the first warp drives. The stars themselves are finally within our grasps. You know it.
Welcome, Consul. I am Veer, a prototype synthetic intelligence developed under utmost secrecy.
That's very, very cool. Tips only, please. I'm going to try and pretend I know what I'm doing. Right, so this is the null system. There are several planets and moons kicking around. I don't know how many of these are going to be interesting for us, but science is going to be important for us. There is our planet.
This is our home world and the capital of our empire.
Yep, that's interesting. Right, what you can see is we've got 100% habitability, and this is what it's using or generating. This is what it outputs, I see. So plus 11.2 energy credits, no physics research, no society research, no engineering research, lazy fucks, no influence, and plus 8 minerals. We have a planetary governor who keeps happiness up, construction time down 5%, clear blocker time down 6%, slave mineral output plus 15%, and slave food output by plus 15%. Who authorized slaves? It wasn't me.
These are planet-specific edicts, practices that...
Yep, that's interesting. Right.
Here we see a visual representation of...
Quiet now, Robot Man. So what you see here are tiles on the planet's surface. And down here are what these tiles generate. These ones with the yellow and black banners around them are not used at the moment and need to be cleared to be used. These ones with people on obviously contain people, and we can see their ethics and their happiness. And if you let people migrate into your empire, they'll take up pop tiles, and that's all very interesting. Then we have the first colonial garrison defense army with no leader at the moment. Yeah, go away. And here we have the spaceport. That does important things like the projectile defense module. Oh, it's already equipped with the defense module. That's cool. Yeah, go away. Okay, down here we have the first strike force. And this is 3 Supreme class corvettes. The ZDV Indomitable, the ZDV Audacity, and the ZDV Spitfire. And that is the backbone of our navy at the moment. We also have our Nebula class science vessel, which we use for exploration, and the ZDV Beast, which is the best name in the world, and that is orbiting around Zeroa. It is a construction vessel, so that's how we stack up initially. At the moment we have 50 stored energy credits, 200 stored minerals, and 100 influence. Tell you what, let's sort out our research first. Orbital energy conversion, 240 physics research, 45 months. Administrative AI boosts research speed, and energy storage capacity unlocks fusion reactor. I'm going to go with this because it's a boost for research speed, which, you know, is pretty useless if you're already halfway down the tech tree, so we will put that there. For our society research, we will research... Now, a lot of people go straight for colony ship. I'm not sure that's necessarily the right thing for us to do. I might go farming subsidies or biolab. Let's go biolab, make sure we can feed our people. And in engineering, we will go for coil guns, maybe? No, nanomechanics. Predictable, I know. Okay, so important. You, my friend, survey. me unpause the game. Good to see it works kind of like Crusader Kings. Survey system, please. And that will now dance around performing surveys of the star and all the planets surrounding it, so we can find out what's on there and what's going down in Groovetown, as the kids say, if it was 1952. Now, the construction ship we're not really too bothered about. At the moment, we will wait out until we've got some information about what's going down in our local area, and then we can decide if we want to put down a mining station of some kind or a research station, or what makes the most sense. What I will do though is get a... come here. Now, we've already got a leader here. Let's see about who you are.
Fire, dismiss, and assign idle governors, scientists, admirals, and generals.
Okay, she's the oldest. She's resilient. This one's a faster researcher. Military theory. I've got a sneeze. Does research speed +5 as well.
Detected.
Oh, an unidentified object has been detected on a direct course towards the unknown system. What's the unknown system? Ah, one of these that we can't see.
These are unknown spacefaring entities. We can learn more about them and maybe even initiate first contact by completing the appropriate special project.
Okay, that's fine, but I know I can't really see them. So this is our sort of sphere of influence. What we've seen...
The situation log displays a list of all the victory screen list.
Yeah, no entries. So apparently we've seen something, but we can't do anything about it. That's always satisfactory. Let's go back into our own system, see what we can discover. Now, I guess this has been surveyed. Yeah, it's a molten world that's of no use to us whatsoever. This is a barren world. Again, can't live on that either. No resources there. What's on the moon? Barren world. No use to us at all either. Let's hope that whatever this is, that's a gas giant, so that's no fucking good either. But you, barren, barren, barren. I've got a feeling playing as an Arctic kind of folk might not be doing us any good. Oh, there we go. Nova Constantinople actually is frozen. And we've got a frozen moon of Osiris here as well. That makes me feel a little bit better, meaning that we can sort of expand within our own territory. You'll know from seeing my other playthroughs of things like Galciv 3 that I am not a big expansionist for the most part. In my last Galciv 3 playthrough, I went a bit mental and did push for expansion, but generally it's not how I play. I'm what you would call in RTS terms a turtler. I play very defensively and I stay within my own territory, and I try not to piss too many people off, because war always finds you anyway, and I'd rather be prepared for it than constantly on expeditions that don't really achieve much for us. Man, we are not doing so good on the resource front, I can tell you that much. Now, what can you do? Mining station, research station, observation post, and yeah, that's it. Okay, well, you just stay out of trouble. And for here, I guess we'll assign a leader. Let's recruit an admiral. Traits: evasion, sublight speed, and speed. Leader experience gain plus 15%. Yeah, do you know, I'm going to go for this young lady. And the reason is that Alpin's specialization is close range, so I think we'll benefit from that speed boost. So the first strike force has been augmented with a leader as of now. And that makes me happy. Alright, have we discovered any useful resources yet? It doesn't seem like it. Tell you what, why don't we go on a bit of an expedition here? We will send the first strike force through to Hadoofis.
Hostile fleet detected.
Oh, or maybe not. Where are they headed? Okay, they've gone to Baronik. That's good. I nearly went there, but I did not, and that is good. So these guys will now leave the gravity well of the system so they can jump. And you don't have to point in the direction you want to travel, you just want to go to the nearest exit point and then jump from there, and that's what they've done. So, good boys. Let's see what we find here. This is them jumping in, and again, slow. Okay, let's see what we can find here, if there's anybody kicking around. Doesn't seem like it. Okay, so we will come back to our home system. I'm not going to go across to Baronik because we know that that fleet is far too powerful for us to engage. Nova Constantinople has 2 minerals, that is good.
From time to time, our science ships will discover strange
And we've
things
leveled up our
across the
scientists, which
world.
is good.
These can be researched by scientists, but we certainly
During a survey of our home system, we found something on Stellaris that did not match earlier observations made from the home world. Failure risk is 0%. Anomaly level 1. Yeah, research that shit. We have not yet finished with our surveying operations, but we have uncovered a source of minerals, which is going to be pretty invaluable. It's on a planet that I believe we can terraform. Rocky will cover with a thick layer of permanently frozen ice, low temperatures and a very thin atmosphere preclude the existence of life on the surface. Well, that's what you say. What we'll do first of all, though, is get a mining station in operation. Because that's what smart people would do. Okay, research progress is coming along nicely. Let's see if we can't crank the speed up a little bit. I like that it's familiar because of Crusader Kings 2. That pleases me. We found one of our old probes on Solaria. It's somehow kept intact all these years and is still trying to send data to our homeworld. It stands as a testament to our past struggles and our wish to flee the planet's bounds. We should continue to investigate these sorts of anomalies whenever we get the chance. It will most assuredly grant us new knowledge and technology. We are moving ever forward. We sure are. Right, you're still surveying the system. That's good. And now we're building ourselves a mining station.
System survey complete.
We've fully surveyed our home system, which is also good. And oh yes, we've got access to a few things here. We can build a few mining stations and get our economy kick-started. Pleasing. Okay, we're going to send our survey ship, and its fleet stance will be evasive, so it's going to try and get away. We're going to send it to survey that Hadoofis system. This is the galaxy, by the way. I like that it names areas. The Danis Nebula, Demon's Eye Nebula. You might want to stay out of that. But you can see how many stars there are and how small our line of sight is comparative. I don't know if we're in a good position or not. I tend to find that being on the edge is better than being at the core in these kind of games, but I don't know if that extends to this game as well. ZV Beast has completed construction of a mining station. Sexy Beast. Let's head back to Null and give him another job. How much do these things cost? Monthly maintenance of 1 energy cost 90 minerals. We've got the cash monies. We'll build another one here to get access to these energy credits. That offsets the cost of these 2 stations, which is important. And then we'll still be 1 down per turn because we're going to build one on Solaria as well. How's our research coming? Wow, we've got a long way to go. I'm really disappointed that all these planets are seriously barren as well. That's unfortunate. But you know, what can you do? Can we do anything on the surface? That's interesting. Construct building. What can we build here?
To other buildings in neighboring tiles. Let us take this
Build
into
a power
consideration when
plant.
constructing new facilities.
It produces energy, and energy is, I guess, kind of a big deal. Or a basic science lab. Maybe it's a good idea to get a science lab. Let's clear this, because that gives us some physics research. As our science ship scans the surface of Hadufis 3, it becomes quite clear that we've found something out of the ordinary. The planet's magnetic field is way out of sync with what is expected of its type. We will surely come across even more irregularities like this as we survey new planets, and should not underestimate their impact on our expansion. Intriguing. The ZDV Nomad has made a startling find on Hadufis 3. The planet is teeming with alien life. For the first time in history, we've encountered life forms that did not originate on Zeroan. This amazing discovery has silenced those who believed we were alone in the universe. Although none of the alien creatures found on Hadufis 3 are sentient, it is likely only a matter of time before we encounter beings that aren't. That is awesome sauce. What's it cost? Oh, we're already building it. Fine, fine. We already built it. That's okay. What else we got? Ah, the beast is finished. The Zeroan state is abuzz with news of the alien organisms discovered by the ZDV Nomad some time ago. These little evolutionary marvels kindle in the Zeroan people a renewed hope of first contact with intelligent beings. Let's... What can we do here? Hadufis 3, can we build a research station here? Yes! So we will build a deep space research station before I screw up any further. Now, are any of these planets habitable for us? Yes, it seems we can colonize this planet. Plus 5% to minerals, minus 10% cumulative to habitability. It's got a weak magnetic field. Hadufis 5 has got resources but is otherwise uninhabitable or uninhabitable. And we've now finished this system too, and yep, that is uninhabitable. Okay, why don't we go to the unknown system? I really can't afford to get the ship destroyed, by the way. That is super important. We don't know where this leads exactly, but I'm hopeful that something good comes out of it. We didn't know a name for it because we hadn't really discovered it. I see how this works. Is anything here? Oh cool, we've got another habitable world. That is exciting. Asteroids. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, survey that shit. Hopefully no one comes in and fucks with us.
Construction complete.
And we've boosted our research now by building on Zeroa, which is also good news. Over here, I am going to build... I don't know... Gets quite expensive. Like, there's a cumulative cost here to operating a fleet, and we don't have a great deal of cash on hand. Inactive building. Why is... Oh, because there's nobody there. Now there is. Clever! Okay, so everybody's happy at the moment. No big worries. That is good. And I see there's new people spreading down here. This game is very clever, guys. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with it. And now our research station is complete.
A research station built in orbit of Earth.
Right, this station, I think... What can we do? Can we give it a leader? Can it do anything? Apparently not. Okay, well, why don't we...
Research complete.
Excellent. So, our new research, I think, will be... orbital hydroponic farms? Or space combat doctrine. That should lower the cost that we are running into at the moment, which is preventing us from being able to expand our navy quick enough. Bardigan 3's surface appears heavily pockmarked, which is not unusual. What is unusual is the irregular shape of the scars. Irregularly distributed. This is unlikely to be the result of meteorite impact. Failure risk of 40%. Okay, it's only her. 40% is not too bad. Yeah, research it. We now know without a doubt that a thriving biosphere is not something unique to Zeroa. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life found throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catalogue all the life forms we encounter are already underway, but our xenobiologists have urged us to focus on planetary survey efforts on habitable life-bearing worlds. A commendable initiative. That begins a chain.
Situation log updated.
Yeah, why not? We need to work towards colonization next, I guess. Our construction ship. I don't know. I don't want to spread ourselves too thin here. The ship's already in this system, so why don't we snatch up those minerals straight away? We are going to have to find ourselves a better supply of energy credits, I feel. But for the moment, we can always stockpile some minerals and use that to at least build up a stockpile so we can augment our navy in time. Oh, nothing of interest. They have failed. You loser. Can't believe you screwed that. So, situation so far. I'm losing my voice apparently. But the null system, our home system, doesn't really have anything particularly habitable for us at the moment except our home world. So we're going to focus mainly on augmenting our capabilities there. Although we do have some mining stations in operation now, and our fleet is kicking around, making sure no one plays the dickhead. A Hadoofis system, which is to our galactic north, has a research station in place for societal research. We can build a frontier outpost that claims uninhabited star systems and expands our borders, can only be built around a star. Observation posts. We want a mining station. Why didn't you build the mining station? And our scientist has leveled up again. Nice. Right, what's she been discovering over here? Nothing that's been surveyed yet. Oh no, it has. Man, there is nothing here for us. At all. Let's go to the hunter system. Survey that.
Research complete.
Sweet. Okay, for physics, we will go for deflectors, and in engineering, we will get defense platforms, geothermal fracking, or ion thrusters. Ion thrusters. Maneuverability is key when you've got short-range weapons, and that is the situation we are in. Please survey this system. Thanks, love. Cheers. Now, once our construction ship is finished, we will get another research vessel on the go over here. And we do still need a mining station over here, but I'm aware that these all cost energy credits. That's why I'm trying to find something like Tethys that we can recover energy from. Maybe we find something in the hunter system. Okay, this is now complete. That pleases me. You head over here, because we need a research station over here. What's going on in the hunter system? Oh, it's quite a small star system, this. Toxic world, barren world, molten world. I don't think we're going to get a lot out of this, to be honest with you. Should we build another science ship? I don't wonder. Build. Oh, Corvette is actually cheaper. I might build the science ship first. Actually, the reason for that is that we're about to start unlocking some modules with which to form new ship designs, and the Supreme class Corvette is going to be out of service before too long. Right, Space Monkey.
System survey complete.
Oh, it's not within our borders, that's why. Okay, then what's going on here? Oh good. Oh good. Are you within our borders? Yes, you are, right. So instead, you will come here and build a mining station there to boost our energy credit income, and you will head to the Kargan system and survey the shit out of it. Clever stuff. And we have a new science vessel ready, which we will send, I think, to Kuldax. Oh, we need to... I see how this works. To recruit a scientist. Adaptable. Maniacal. Why not? Who better than a maniac to captain a science vessel? Get surveying. Survey monkey. I'm glad to see we've not run into any pirates or aliens or any description so far. That is pleasing. I'm guessing we're going to discover quite a lot of stuff here, and it is within our border, which is good news. I might send an order for a new Corvette shortly, and from that boost our fleet here and go on an expedition to this system and see if we can destroy whatever's kicking around in there. We know someone unfriendly is in there. We don't know exactly how powerful they are now. We knew they were more powerful than us previously. How's the research coming? Excellent. Let's have a look in this system, see if there's anyone alive here. No, seems not. We've yet to encounter intelligent life. There's a racist joke in there waiting to happen. But I'll let you uncover it, because we don't do that here. That's a pretty sweet blue star. Now, hoping that within here we uncover some more energy credit generating stars or planets or whatever. Just some way to boost our income with additional stations. The reason being that I'm beginning to feel that because energy credits are what cover maintenance over a period of time, we're going to go through them a lot quicker than we go through minerals. Okay, there are signs of activity by an ancient previous civilization on this inhospitable rock. Yeah, get on with it. I thought we'd finished research, but apparently not. Our scientist has also leveled up. Over here, somewhere. I don't know where you are, what you're doing. How's this survey going? Nothing particularly exciting so far.
Research complete.
Yeah, I won't spend any more cash on stations and whatnot just now. Although that is tempting. 3 minerals. Still not finding very much that we can actually expand to, so I'm glad actually that we didn't. The campaigning to elect a new consul is underway. The result will be announced on that date. Okay. Your leaders do change. That's the cool thing as well. We've got new stuff. We have recovered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on Dargan 2. Incredibly, this civilization, which apparently referred to itself as the Cybrex, seems to be made up of machines that were linked together in some sort of collective consciousness. Very Borgy. The age of the artifacts is indicated. They were active some 600,000 years ago in this portion of the galaxy at least, but we have learned nothing of their exact origins. According to a partial data fragment that our scientists managed to extract from one of the artifacts, the Cybrex at some point launched a crusade to destroy all sentient organic life in the galaxy for reasons unknown. Well, I'm glad they've moved on to something else. Propaganda broadcasts or colony ships. Just so we've got the technology in the bank. Right. We were doing something that was important, and I've forgotten what it was. Intelligent life taunts with pointed absence, reads the popular Newsnet post on Zeroa. The people of the Zeroan state are apparently finding some humour in the fact that lower forms of alien life are now a matter of public record, but potential equals from other stars continue to elude us. Science Officer Sabrina Brock's report on the traces found on Dargan 2 seemingly only add an ironic twist to the situation. I love the flavour text in this game. I love that they add this stuff. Makes me happy. Alright. This Paragon class construction ship, we will have built a research station on Dargan 4. Dargan 3 has not yet been surveyed, but we can colonize it, and I think we might. A new ruler has been elected. Consul Zhao Shen will rule until the next election. What's their mandate? They are covert focused and an industrialist. Situation log. Who even knows? Who even knows? I'll figure that out at some point. Has anything turned up here? Nope, the survey is ongoing. Now there is some decent minerals kicking around, but our mineral income's pretty reasonable for the moment. Can we upgrade these stations in any sense? Doesn't seem to be the case. Okay, so that was the first steps of the new Zeroan state. And I realise it's saying the Zeroan state, so that's a beginner's mistake. Learn from it if you're playing the game yourself. Thank you so very much for joining me. Some asshole's about to turn up, just as I'm about to wrap up the video. We've encountered some form of alien vessels in the null system. These strange objects have been flagged as alpha aliens. Until we can learn more about them, we should proceed with caution. The Zeroan state has finally encountered fellow wanderers among the stars. Despite their intentions being unknown and potentially even hostile, the atmosphere on Zeroa following the report from our contact fleet can best be described as rapturous. Okay, we won't outright attack. But what are you? Oh, you're very squiddy looking. Let's investigate. Yeah, do that. Is someone doing that?
System survey complete.
We'll just shadow them with our own corvettes. But we won't attack outright because, you know, that's not very friendly. We'll just let them know that we've seen them. They do seem to be going straight for our mining station.
Anomaly found.
It doesn't tell me what it is, but yeah, research it. Is someone doing this? Yes, they are. Okay. Just be careful what you're doing there, Squid Face. Oh, we need to assign a leader here. Eager. Yeah, you. The old one must have died. Need to keep an eye on that, apparently. Well, it doesn't look like they're directly attacking us at the moment. So let's just... they're heading out of the system again now as well. Oh, it seemed like they were. Just keep an eye on them. That project must nearly be finished. And then I can finish the episode. Let's crank the speed up a bit. No, they're just getting back in formation. Let's just keep an eye on them. Located in a remote part of Dargan 6, the science team of the ZDV Nomad has found an out-of-place metallic tablet. It contains basic information about a distant system. Using illustrations and what appears to be a periodic table, Science Officer Sabrina Brock has been able to use the information to deduce the location and potential resources of the system. Interesting. I'm more interested in these squiddy things that are... I guess they're heading to Baranik, so we will do the same. They're not very fast, so... And the Sentinel has finished, so we will get them to survey this system. However, it's this ship with Sabrina Brock that is proving to be the most successful scientific pioneer of our species. There's 3 ships coming in from Surma. I don't know what Surma is. Presumably it's the correct name for our planet. Yeah. And we're just going to keep an eye on these guys, make sure that when this investigation finishes, as it nearly has, we can figure out what's what. Okay, so that research is now complete. What does that tell us? Okay, Tianki. The spaceborne life forms, which the Zeroan head of society research has come to refer to as Tianki, are docile creatures capable of accessing some lower dimension of subspace. They roam from system to system with relative ease, though nearly the same ease as their own fleets. They graze on gases common to the upper layers of many gas giants. It is highly unlikely, to say the least, that this is their only food source, but intake of other nutrients has yet to be observed. They will rarely, if ever, attack, even when provoked. They can be safely ignored. Nice. We've picked up a weak signal on Dargan 8A. 15% failure risk. Sabrina Brock, I trust you. You're like queen scientist. We'll move our fleet back to defensive posture, back at our home system, and we'll let the space whales do their things. I'm glad we didn't attack them now. Mainly because, you know, we would have taken damage to our corvettes that we really don't want to have to be dealing with. Detected an FTL trail. I like that as well. You can sort of see when people are arriving and leaving, so it allows you to track the movements of your enemies. We've built up enough resources now that I think we can build a mining station there. And we can probably begin expanding our fleet as well. Let us build a corvette, the cost of which has gone down. And then we'll need to obviously produce a colony ship in the next episode. Guys, thanks so much for joining me. I'm sorry if I've been a little bit quiet, or I've not been as chatty or focused on presenting the video as perhaps I can be. That's because it's all new to me. So I hope you'll bear with me, and I'm sure the next episode will start to liven things up. It's always a problem that I pick these big epic universes in which to set the game rather than a smaller, tighter kind of setting. But we're going for the long game here, and I think that provides the biggest impact in terms of emergent gameplay, because you've got these big powers and these small powers vying for supremacy. Seems we've got one last event. An abandoned life pod was detected in close orbit of Dargan 8. It is covered in scorch marks, presumably from when the pod's mothership exploded. Preliminary scans suggest it was built more than 5,000 years ago. The crew of the ZDV Nomad managed to open the pod, revealing the withered remains of a reptilian alien clad in a resplendent uniform. Clutched in one of its claws was a small picture of another individual from the same race, possibly a mate or revered leader. Interesting indeed. Science Officer Tony Oliphant has leveled up and gained the trait Expertise in Computing. Good for him. Guys, I hope you're having a great start to the week, and I hope you'll join me tomorrow for some multiplayer Stellaris. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully Grant is as well, I'm guessing so. And hopefully you are too, because multiplayer playthroughs of grand strategy games are surprisingly rare, and I think they provide the greatest entertainment value. Also gives you a different voice to listen to if you're tired of me being northern. You guys take care of yourselves, and I will talk to you very, very, very soon indeed.